go to the zoo, you strike a match, and I can show. Sorry. I can show you the world.
It's okay.
Here.
Like it's look like your head.
It's nicely shaped, isn't it?
That girl got a tip. Yeah, can you tip it for me, please?
Me and my barber go together.
I bet.
We go together, and I didn't realize how serious it was. I thought I could leave him.
Yeah. Not what happened. They were kid ass.
All right.
Yeah, chain. I'm still trying to get my shits together. Cat, what's going on, bald head cat?
I mean, I
Bald
can't tell
headed
ya.
cat.
Are we
Ready for it.
Are we on?
We'll be on in the next 5 minutes.
So, don't tell you what's going on.
Tell me what's going on.
Why? We're not on.
I mean, we can do. You can tell me now, then we can get on.
Oh, mine is 8 beats.
You over trying to get goddamn. All right, man. So we lit right now. I'm gonna wait till I get my word in. Cool TV. You feel what I'm saying? Why it gotta be if we're on is when you gonna start talking?
That's the point.
No, it's not.
I got some good content.
Hello?
I can just...
Testing.
Share her mom's crib right now. I
You don't
think.
want to know about it.
Share her mom's crib right now. I think.
Oh, they good.
All right. I don't know. I could try to call her right quick. I'm recording live.
We're live. Sorry.
I'm recording live, but I can try to hit
That's
her up.
40% alcohol.
This here? The fire?
Okay, let me try
A
to hit
lot
her
of
up.
liquor is 40%. I don't know why that tastes like...
Why people try to hold
gasoline.
you on the phone?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna help their problem.
Yeah, it's kind of a hostage situation.
Yeah, it's like
Until I
figure it
get
out.
right.
I'm like I gotta get you
She
off the
John
phone
Q'd
first.
you.
Pretty much.
And
Hey
so-
guys, what's going on, man?
A lot.
We have been live. I just wanted to get you, but
That's
you're a
horrible.
professional. We always live, man. Welcome in Diverse Universe, the mortal portal, coming from all the way
I love that.
down the street.
Did you come up with
I did.
the mortal
Oh yeah. DG got to snatch the liquor.
40%.
And we making moves here, and we have technically the very first host of this show.
Slick, yes.
Technically,
Why are you saying technically?
technically, you was the very first host
was.
of this show.
I am. You don't need to put the technically in.
You was here before
It
me.
is what it is.
You host this show
He said what he said.
before me. I have a problem with it.
Real life. Don't. We're a
Right.
family, and whatever I can do to uplift and be better than you, I'm gonna do.
I love it. I don't know what.
Bro, what the?
It's better than
I'm
you
stuck
part.
with two Aries right now.
Hey, all that fire.
I just like the introduction.
Maybe you should sit here because the air is just, and I mean right on me.
So we have Auntie Cat in the building with
Hey,
the
guys.
fade, with the fade,
With the fade.
and you
With the
know,
mohawk, you guys.
is it a mohawk?
It's slick. It's
Got a little Idris Elba thing going, and you know we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing without the smooth, the cool, Kid Money in the Muffin Bill.
I got done watching the whole episodes of Power.
What? Wait.
How
hold
you
on.
Finished.
Where were you?
I had never seen Power before, so I started at the end.
No. So, when I say where you, like, which rock were you residing with that you? When did you start your power journey?
This month.
This month?
I binge watched the ending
You
and
did?
I seen what Tariq did. And
Before-
spoiler.
Before the beginning?
You can't spoil something everybody already seen.
Yeah, you spoiled it for you.
Any
Why would you do that?
there's this thing that this dude is in jail. They give him like movies and they let him watch them, and anything that he ain't never seen is new to him. Okay?
Okay.
Power's new to me. I've never seen it in my life.
But you gotta start from the one.
Nah, I mean I got the concept when everybody was spoiling it.
Concept.
You know what I'm saying? After that I was to the point of Tommy killing everybody.
Tommy, love that Tommy.
I don't.
I'm gonna tell you the one thing I do hate about watching shows late is you be want to talk about it, but you realize nobody don't really want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I watched
Yeah.
Breaking Bad last year, and I wanted to go to work. Like, bro, Walter's incredible. Like, bro,
He was in 06.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll reward you with the shit emoji, but I'm gonna be
It's
polite.
so cute. The kids would love
So
it.
you mentioned something about John Q, and I thought about something. So we got a new movie. We have 2 movies coming out.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Sean Bell movie coming out, 50 Shots. If you are 17, you may not know who Sean Bell is. You know who Sean Bell is? So Sean Bell is. Do you care to tell the story?
God, I couldn't. It's just been so many.
Okay, so back in
He was the one in
2006,
the car
he was.
with the
Sean
girlfriend.
Bell was the one in the car, and
kid in
if
the
something
back.
happened at a strip club, and they just assumed it was him, they shot the car up 50 times. Black guy, he just graduated college, I want to believe. They shot the car 50 times, the cops did. And it was horrible. They ended up settling with the family 4 years afterwards. Gave them like $7 million. But the movie's coming out with that guy
From The Shy.
Boom.
That my mom started season 3 of just randomly.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
did
like,
too. That's actually a great show.
But did you start in the middle?
I think I'm like on season 4.
But where did you start?
I don't even know. Till won't let me go to the beginning because
That's horrible.
I hate shows that I like, but
I
it's kind
loved
of depressing.
everything about y'all's relationship until that. That's a pivotal
I will go
moment.
back and check the whole show out.
You have that's the art. This isn't a Tarantino movie. You don't start in the middle.
Can't stand it.
You start at the beginning. Anyway,
Okay, so he's doing that. I don't know how interested I am in that movie. And another movie with Fred Hammond.
Oh man.
All right, now,
Wait.
Fred Hammond from Black Panthers, the 23-year-old. He was also 23, young guy that the cops killed, and they said they drugged him. And I guess he was sleeping it off.
Man, they fucked that dude up. They busted in his door and all that shit, shot his ass up, and really it's pretty much like Martin Luther King. He's basically a pawn with them, and but he started going off script. He started trying to empower his people when they seen that he was empowering his people.
Are you saying that Fred Hammond was a mole?
Well, well, many people in the Black Panther Party were moles. You know.
Yeah, but he was like elite.
He was trying to
be
empower. He was trying to empower people though.
Yeah.
And they were going for that. Like when they wanted him to do something, he was kind of going this way and telling people what they should be going and building economics and all. Trying to.
right.
You don't
but
know
they
the story?
kill you. No.
Well, the problem is who's playing him. My guy from.
The problems.
Well, yeah, a lot of people's upset.
Why?
You
We're
know
so
the guy
bad.
from Get Out?
Yeah.
The main dude.
Yeah, the British guy.
Yeah.
But people have a problem that a British guy is playing American hero.
Wait, but he's played everything else. Wait, he literally played Black Panther.
And he's doing a good. Well, he wasn't Black
played
Panther,
the
he
dude
was-
that was the rival.
But that's different. But when you play
How?
an American hero, I guess black people have a problem with it. The same
Oh,
way
stay
that
in
Nina.
Africa.
The same.
Go back to Africa.
The
Is that
same
what
way
we're
that
doing?
people had a problem with Zoe playing Nina Simone.
Not quite though, because Zoe's light skinned.
I didn't really have a problem with it, and I tried to find a problem.
That's
I
why
thought
we're
she did a
mad.
good
But
job.
that's what we do is find the problem.
Yeah,
It's like-
I didn't find a problem. Like, I understand that I would have liked to see Viola Davis play her.
Right. Somebody
would
who
love to see
can
that.
sell me the.
But if she's not black, she's
I had a
half
big crush
black.
on her.
But that's the thing. It's like if you don't look the part and you can't necessarily act the part, like sell it to me. I want to see who's somebody in who's an actor that every time you look at them, you're like, damn, that's so and so, but it's not so and so. Like the person they played. Like I get mad when I think about Flex playing Michael Jackson because never.
Yeah, it was
Not
that
even
was
in Michael's
horrible.
black days. I can never be like that was. But I could look at Denzel for a long time and be like, that's Malcolm X.
But you
and
know
see a
what-
picture of Malcolm X and be like,
But you know what makes me upset? I was just gonna say that if Malcolm X came out today, people would hate it because in the movie, if you guys go back and look at it,
like
she had to literally lie to make us think that he was a tall, light-skinned guy.
he was short.
Who? No, I'm saying Denzel is not light-skinned
Yeah,
nor
did they
tall.
make him lighter?
But if you
Tall?
look at the
What
strip,
do you mean tall?
he's
How?
not that tall.
How tall?
Malcolm X was like stand out tall. Like he
Like
was
Scottie
like
Pippen?
6. He was like a ball player tall.
Really?
Yeah, and she even says it. She said, "I need someone,
But with the camera, they
with
can
a-
play. They can.
But
Angles.
they use the strip to manipulate. Angela
Well-
Bassett character says, "I need somebody, with a tall, very tall statue, someone that can stick out." She actually says that.
Okay, that's probably what was said.
No. What I'm saying is, we know that Denzel is not that tall.
What's that tall though? I think Denzel's a tall dude.
What I'm saying is, no.
But not
What I'm
like
saying, he's not.
Shaq.
No, I'm
He
saying
wasn't as tall as. How much taller do you think Malcolm X was?
that's not my point. My
What do you
point is,
mean?
you won't let me get there.
Oh, okay.
My point is what I'm saying is he didn't match the color or the height of Denzel.
The
but
color.
But he acted, and then the script was made to be so strong that you didn't have to worry about it. They still went on with saying, you know, you Chicago red. You know, like they still went on with the script. He's not red.
I see what you
So
mean.
I'm saying, like, we could have did that with Nina Simone. I mean, I get the nose thing, but I'm saying if we already have seen a great movie where
I think it's okay when dark skinned play light skinned people.
There we
We're
go.
not okay
There we go.
with light skinned people playing dark skinned people.
Hell no.
why
never
not?
heard
Oh,
that.
it's too light skinned people. I need a dark skinned person.
No, I said we're not okay. Us collectively
saying
are
you're
not
light-skinned.
okay. I don't care though.
Well, of course you wouldn't care is what I'm saying. So I didn't know a dark skinned
I'm
person.
saying I think that Denzel sold. He sold
Definitely so.
that whole, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like the double standard. To me,
Facts.
it's like sell his character. Make me look at you forever on as that so and so, and when I see the real person, I want to be like, damn.
Did you see how he had to prepare for that movie?
Who?
Denzel? How he had
No.
to channel certain things. He
What
was
did he
telling
do?
you.
He went to
He
jail?
says, no, he had to channel it. He said, I had to
In church.
pretty much conjure the spirit of Malcolm X. I could feel him all through my body. That's what go look at the interview. He in the dark room. He was like, I could. That's how I did that role so well. He's like, I felt him. He was in my
But
body.
how? That's all he said?
The guy from this is a
The
great topic.
seance?
Why did I not write this down? This is a great topic. The guy from James Brown. He said that I needed you. Aw.
You need it.
The guy from James Brown said that he had to go through
What is
therapy.
his name?
Chasman Boseman.
And the white dude was
Chadwick
Batman.
Boseman.
He had to go through therapy right after or before it.
A lot of times.
Yeah, they.
You
The
said-
actors.
oh yeah, you
Heath
talking-
Ledger, right?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't get help. He died.
He
on
just
set.
died.
Definitely.
Damn, I'm not
Yeah,
laughing.
keep that on. I mean, I get it. It's horrible when you thought that was a life after Batman, but he
Woo.
didn't make it off the set.
Yeah. The
Sheesh.
issues before the issues probably helped him get the role.
And you know what? That gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna go back to Power. I know we're jumping, but I think we're at a nice pace. I'm gonna go back to Power. I watch all of Power, right? And towards a certain season, a death happens, and I'm not gonna get straight into it because you're still living.
I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. The whole season.
The death.
You know, yeah, it's the
No, it's not.
when
Already seen.
when his not Ghost, but when his daughter died.
Damn.
Oh,
why
yeah.
did
That
you
was-
see that part?
I seen all of it.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Why did you-
I didn't know. I thought he
Okay.
seen the end.
Got you.
But that
That
kind
was-
of made me depressed a little bit.
Of course.
And I remember thinking, but I remember thinking when it went off, and I remember he was looking at the car, and it was the last season. It was like this. Now I gotta go back to my old gangster ways, and I'm feeling like I'm looking at the TV like, now I gotta kill a nigga.
Yeah.
But I had to snap into the real world like,
I know.
my daughter's well and good,
And you gotta go to
Yeah.
work tomorrow. So.
and I gotta be at work,
Yeah.
and I was depressed.
Mhm.
That's when I was like,
And
okay,
that's
I
what
gotta
art
stop
is
watching.
supposed to do.
Ooh, ooh.
It's
Okay.
supposed to
Now you see how
take
you said that's how art is supposed to do. Let me
Yeah.
show you a little theater art of in live. So you know we have this pandemic. So this is how art supplies life. What you just said. See how everybody acting all crazy and stuff because of what you see on TV, and it's hitting the people's emotions so much that you guys are fighting against each other. Then they look at it and say everything is just so real. Now, I'm not saying there's not like a virus out here. No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying what is going on is killing people even more.
Right.
It's hitting people's emotions. You're starting to scare people to damn near death, to the point where what they were used to do is just dead now. People are walking up to people like just crazy lately. I've been noticing that. Kicking people out just for not having their little mask that doesn't really
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, we're definitely led by fear,
Mhm.
and that's unfortunate. But it's division. It's another division tactic.
Do you
I'm just
think
ready
it's
for
something
the-
bigger, and I'm finna open the
It's
floor
always something
for him.
bigger.
Talk to me, kid. Like, what do you think? Like, what do you think is going on? Or give me your whole scenario.
So
I just
horrible.
think it's like,
no, I mean, he's not scared. Are you scared?
nah. I mean,
What
I
is he
do.
gonna say? Yes.
I'm afraid.
I do feel like it's people gonna hit my DM again, but that's all good. It's
Have you already received the DM problem?
I've received the Illuminati
Hate
DMs.
mail?
Same here.
Yeah. Boy, you be a rapper. Them folks want you in that camp.
That means you made it.
Don't say that now. I ain't make it. Yeah, I ain't get to sign it.
That's like, well, at least they're
Well, they
calling.
check my credit.
They're
I'm not
calling.
in there.
What?
When they're not calling you, don't worry. He's got talent.
All right, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. Cool TV, man. My bad for all the confusion. The lady just texted me. She said she wasn't gonna be able to make it, but props to her, and I hope she's okay.
So
Quick
sad.
question: what are you going through, and what was you thinking when you cut your hair?
I told you.
I'm so upset, and you have a YouTube, so you got a lot of things happening. But I'm really mad about the
Just
haircut
one thing happened.
because it's in your
I was
contract
too.
not to cut your hair.
I
And
never signed paperwork. He has a baby.
yes, you did.
I had a sweeping, long, luxurious coif, and got a sew in. And had it in for a couple of months. Took it out. Terrorism,
I think my wife's here.
huh?
I'm afraid. Oh, that's my wife.
There
That's
she
my
go.
daughter.
Where he at? That's how she walked through. He's here. He's here.
Get out of
Hey
here.
there with
That's
baby
my mother.
Bo. See you. That's your mama?
Yeah.
What? It's gonna be a whole. Okay. Calm down.
Party season.
That's my niece. Yeah, it's a lot happening.
Oh my God.
Don't let her see me. She gonna act up.
So you been hurting.
So my
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, Whiskey. I'm sorry again. So my wife have launched a cosmetic line. I'm super proud. You know what I mean? Modest, Lavana Cosmetics. And man, I encourage everybody to do what you got to do right now, man. Use all the money like that you're getting not to buy some new shoes, but to go ahead and put some different energy into your life and chase your dreams, man. And don't just chase dreams, make them dreams reality, and then maintain it. And
The dream chase.
Kat, you was always telling me I'm gonna get into, I'm gonna start
Yeah,
selling
yeah.
houses. How did that go?
It's going.
Is it going good?
Kind of. I mean, I don't want to be back in a restaurant. I don't even think about.
I know when somebody say get me a job,
Yeah.
tell them what you mean. Don't get the job to interview then say some different jump.
That is not what happened.
She said, I'm really looking for like 1 hour.
I lied to tell. I said maybe like 2 or 3 days, like something kind of flexible, kind of an on-call situation. And then I thought about training, and I was like, oh yeah, this shit is kicking my whole ass.
I believe
like,
it.
The whole not a fraction. It's just, in the restaurant industry, we be like, oh, I'm not your slave. Like I'm not. And then people that get in it that don't understand. Like I'm cool with I've been trying to tell my brother to wait tables and bartend for the longest, and he's like, man, brother's a cool ass dude, but he's like, somebody will say the wrong thing to me, and I'm like, but the money, like, what do you mean? Somebody can always say the wrong thing to you. What are you saying? And there are just certain people who can't deal with. To me, it's like, say whatever you want, just pay me or get out of my face, and I have to deal with you for 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and then never see you again or see you all the time because we have a great relationship. Like, I just don't understand. There's not enough negatives or cons in the restaurant industry pre-COVID.
But the
for me to
money.
the money is just amazing, right? So,
That is kind of true.
but I thought that getting into real estate would be, the real estate agents say, oh, you can make your own schedule. It's so flexible and it's just the best. And that's not the case. Like, I'm a real life slave now. Like, people would text
You got to
me,
go get it.
You have to go get it. And like,
I'm
people
still in this profession today.
will send you listings at midnight or, hey, what do you think? Can we see this one tomorrow? Can we look at this? You'll be out at a house and, oh, what about this one? It's just like, your schedule means nothing to anyone. And it's like,
Oh,
let's
that's
set up
what's
for-
going on now.
Yeah, and it will always be going on. It's a train that does not stop. Because if
Sometimes
I sell
you
a
got to
house
sit on
today,
somebody's clock
Hmm?
and not do nothing.
Well, no, I would no. See,
Yeah.
no, I would.
Daryl was
I'm
just
back
working.
behind a
He
bar.
deserved a bomb.
I just need a very rich man. And what's going on is this independent woman.
Are you ready to be a rich wife where you don't have to speak as much?
Yeah, I
don't have to.
I have wondered. Have
Yes.
y'all really do y'all know what rich
Go
men
there.
are?
Go there.
Dogs.
Go there.
Man, they get to I'm not even rich and I have that
The
attitude.
thoughts, right?
I just be like,
that's the thing.
whoa.
Did I say make
We're
me a
dealing
sandwich?
with that's the
Make
problem.
me a
We're
sandwich.
already dealing with it.
Just
Make-
imagine you tell a dude like,
we have a maid and a gardener.
oh,
and
they
this
go
and
harder
that.
than that. hey, can I check your mail for you? Look at the next person and say, why the fuck is she talking to me? Them folks don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
But it's like you can be disrespected. My thing is like, you know, I don't want to cry at all, but do I want to cry in a Nissan or the like? Gun to my head. Every time it's the Phantom, it's the Maybach or the whatever. I don't even know cars like that. What I know is I don't know football players like that. What I know is I want one of them on the bench, off the bench, in the stands, wherever, injured. Who cares? Just somebody, please. Like, I'm nice. I'll make you a sandwich sometimes. Like, what else?
So you want to be a rich person wife and make them a sandwich sometimes?
Preferably no sandwich making, but it's what else. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how men think. Whatever your nature is not, that's what that rich man is gonna want.
Really?
So if you make sandwiches on the regular, he ain't gonna want you to make a sandwich.
Well, then I make them on the regular.
But you can't trick the rich man. You just can't trick him. It don't happen that way.
I make sandwiches.
Men is not stupid,
I'm a
people.
Sandwich artist. I majored at.
Kid like wings, and he likes special type of wings.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going to JR Cricket.
You gotta make them crispy.
Uber Eats. I will Uber Eats the out of some. You want how many? You 50 wings.
I'm not. Hey
Like,
guys, y'all already
call
know
your
what it
friends.
is, man. This is Diverse Universe, man. We here, Lincoln, man. I'm talking to Kid Money. I'm talking to Cat, and we gonna go ahead and jump into another great topic, WAP. So, y'all let me know what's going. I mean, we kind of stumbled a couple like last week, but we didn't really get fully into it. Talk to me, like.
What did you guys talk about that WAP?
Kid, I'm gonna toss it to you first. How you feel about the video? How you feel about the women? Do you feel like this empower women? Do you feel like tell me everything?
I'm gonna do both levels.
Kill it all.
I'm gonna do both
women.
levels.
Women can be empowered.
I'm gonna do 2-dimensional thought and I'm gonna do 3-dimensional. So I'm gonna do it both real quick. So on a 2-dimensional, being that this is an atheist world, it really doesn't matter. You know what I'm
He
saying?
goes so hard.
So I mean, because they should be able to do
go
whatever they
hard.
want. This is an atheist world. If any, when it comes to religion, what is religion again? That's restriction. That's order. That's what do you call it? Control.
Control.
This is a world meant to not have control. This is called Great Babylon. This is a great world right now. So that's on a 2-dimensional. 3-dimensional. They're telling you who their God is. They told you this. They say it all the time. Even Jay-Z, he always shows you who his God is. So who do you think his wife's God is? When she's sitting back, and I'm using for, this is not for WAP, this is just one particular people real quick.
You
Then I'm
gotta
gonna break
speak
it
your
over
point
now.
of view. You
So-
make your point, sir.
So that's how his wife works. Okay. So when you go to WAP, you have the new what is the dude? What is the people called the Migos girl, right?
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
Well,
But the reason I'm saying the Migos girl because they just got caught up with the Masonic floors, right? So they're already on a great hirement, level.
Caught up
They're
good way, bad way. Caught up sounds bad.
if you go look at that album, you'll see the Masonic floors that they just put out.
Okay.
The checkerboard floors, and it's just them. They've already started rising. So a little something like that, little pyramid scheme. Then you have, then you also have the thing that everybody keeps showing you with the tongue. Everybody think that's so harmless. That's actually a Hindu thing, which is what is the name of that person? Not Vishnu, not Krishna. It's what's the movie with Indiana Jones? And they're saying the name of the Theli Ma, not Theli Ma, Kali Ma. That tongue is Kali Ma.
Okay.
That's what that is, and people think that's just
This whole
harmless.
time-
What?
This whole time, we've been seeing it forever, and then Cardi really put it on the map.
Oh, it's,
That one?
yeah,
That's the one.
and it's gonna stick because if you go to their religion, if you go and see them when they go do their little prayer, they have their tongue out. They have symbols of
What's
her
the
with
deal
the tongue
with it?
out. It's their god. They have each religion has 3 gods.
Okay.
Each religion.
This is Hindu?
hmm
Okay.
Father, mother, son. Okay, not the Bible, just religions. So that tongue out person, that right there, I believe that is Kali Ma, whatever her name is. They have it all in the movies everywhere. She's a real person. It's a channeler. Different gods have different powers for different things. That's how they see it. So they worship them gods. But people don't believe that. But when y'all really look into it, you have to look at it.
I don't think people don't believe it. They just don't know.
Right.
There's just so much that we
Whoa.
don't even know. Now, brought to with that information, they probably believe it. But in order to not believe something, you have to at
I can
least
speak
be
on
introduced. You has to, you know,
It's not over.
be confronted with that information. But yeah, I've never heard of that.
It's one more thing though. You ever heard the phrase "Do it thou wilt"? You ever heard that? That's what Aleister Crowley's. That was like his credo. That was his quote. "Do it thou wilt." You'll see Jay-Z wearing the shirt every once in a while. It's a Crowley thing. Aleister Crowley was like the biggest influencer of anything. He's actually on the cover of the Beatles.
Okay.
The Beatles album, he's on their cover. He's that much influence. So when you see, when you say it again, I'm a bad.
He's a philosopher.
Nah, he's really the creator of everything that y'all been seeing lately. Like when you see this right here, he really highly influenced that.
I'm saying via what? Like what's this platform?
What was he doing? He was a witch. He was a grand witch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was you ready for that one?
His nickname is the Beast 666. That's his
That
nickname.
thing right
Yeah,
there.
the thing right there.
Nickname.
That's his nickname, Beast 666. And he was the first, to me personally, he was the first person to ever draw an alien. That thing right there, he conjured that
The
thing.
eyes.
Mm-hmm. And he said the name of the thing that he conjured was I was. I was stands for I was. And God is called I am. So.
Oh, Lord. So he was.
I was. I was.
Granddaddy.
I wonder how's your brain processing this? You have the weirdest brain right now.
Right now.
What?
Because it's like she's repeating the last part. And I'm wondering what is she getting from it.
You're just putting two and two.
So are you one of the people that when you look at stuff, because I am, when you look at stuff, do you like realize, or do you think that you're looking at different images, like you've been exposed to different images, like even like TV? I'm just asking, do you look at stuff and be like, okay, this is like swaying me this way, that way?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like, do you get into that when it comes down to like movies and songs?
Yeah, like just earlier I was having a conversation.
Not a conversation, was you?
I was
Okay.
with an individual.
Sentences.
Okay.
Sometimes people do that.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Having a conversation and we were talking. He thought he was putting me on game. He wasn't. He was like,
Hey, I'm so sorry. It's so funny watching black people make juice.
what? Why is that? I mean,
Cause it just be looking like they're like in science class. Like they look so
watching them make juice.
Look at them. They look so
Look,
focused.
You saying that, it's like you've done studies. I've watched several times. Black people.
I'm sorry you were
studied-
telling me about this guy that's supposed to try to put you on game.
I studies. I study abroad. I've watched black people.
I
very
love
closely
watching people
making
make
juice
Kool-Aid.
for years.
I'd be so.
It
it's
is
the
a science.
funniest
You
thing.
can't be. I see what you mean. Like mac and cheese. You
And if
can't
that
be,
tongue is out there,
oh, then you know.
I just heard it.
And it better be right. You're a kid.
All right, so the guy was trying to put you on
The
game.
dude was trying to put me on game. We were having a conversation
Do you
previously.
see those angles?
And he was
Do
like,
you see those angles? Sorry.
yes, okay, so I can hear with it. I don't get it right. Yeah, he was like, we were having a conversation. He was like, yeah. He was like, do you deal with a bunch of dudes? And I was like, yeah, totally. And he was like, yeah, I love your honesty. Me too. I was like, dude, I was joking. Imagine me dealing with a bunch of dudes and still working. Like, what the hell? And so he was like, oh, well, he said something deep about how, I was like, well, given what you just told me, I was like, do you think it's really safe for you to deal with a bunch of women? And he was like, yeah, because basically he was trying to say that like we are the receivers of energy and y'all are the givers of energy and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I already know where this is going. So he was like, man,
Where is this
I'll
going?
blow your top. I was like,
No.
you won't.
Not blow the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Impossible.
let's go
Like
blow the top.
that emoji, not here, sir. But okay, try me. So we were having a conversation earlier, and he was basically saying how, like, you know, the whole, it went back to the Willie Lynch, like how we were all, you know, black women, the whole independent thing came out of, like, it's being praised. And I was like, it's not that it's being praised, it's just, you have to adapt. We evolve and we adapt. And if you consistently, you know, he tried to go, oh, the black man's being taken from the black family. Yes. So what happens to your mama when your daddy leaves? She has to raise you and do, you know. So I was like, So we talked about that, and there's certain things that I do see, shows that I watch, and I'm like, I see Furious and Angela Bassett, and he was trying to put the kids on and tell them about the liquor stores in the neighborhood, and they wasn't trying to, everything comes full circle.
That kind of happened in Power too. I seen that shit.
Hello.
The mom was still trying to sell drugs.
You say that because she had to survive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You told me, and somebody else said that they don't. Do you think Tasha Love does?
I think she loved the image.
God, I never talked to him. Goodness gracious, that's just dope.
You don't think she really loved that man?
No. If she did, she wouldn't use the greatest power that she got, which is sex. So she's been using that the whole show.
What do you mean using it?
That's all she do is use it.
What do you mean? How?
To even try to get
her, kid.
To even
Please.
Get her, kid.
I feel like
get her, kid.
And this is why I say this before you. I'm gonna let you because I.
Because he about to get you right.
I hope because my thing is a rich man. If the woman did not care, cool, do you? It's all good. I think she was really hurt by Angela's presence. I really think that she was a surprise to her that he didn't want to be. And I think that a woman who did not care would have been like, bet, yay, hey, Ange, you want to go shopping? Whatever, do y'all? You just come back home. I don't think that I think she was really hurt.
I think women are real, real smart and they know what they have. They know what value is.
Get him, kid.
And what I mean by that is
I don't care. I just like how it's smooth. Hey man, listen, kid be teaching people how to talk to women. He don't even come aggressive. He just say, I understand, but this is why.
You're a
sorry, go ahead. Good.
I understand.
I feel she know that she had a one of a kind man. And it's even when you got that one of a kind man, you even have, and she has less value herself. She don't value herself. So when a man go and do shit, shit on her, she already been used to being shitted on. I mean, when you somebody,
really?
when you
from him though,
not exactly from him, but what she's been doing. You gotta look at her mind state. She stopped being a woman. She became a man after that.
I'm saying we talking about high school.
So I'm saying
been together for 20-something years.
Here's the hurtful part about this show, which the only reason why I do love the show. No. The show tells a story of two people that got together, but they got together not for the common goal of most people. They got together. They're in a business relationship. People didn't pay attention to that. They're in a business relationship. She is from the streets. And if you listen to how she viewed 50 Cent character, she was giving him wisdom as a young dude. She invested in him by giving him tips as a young dude that he wouldn't have got. No. When he was saying, because it came out that Kanye used to mess with her. You know what I'm saying? When it came out to his character, that's when you seen the couple start talking as of they went against him to get him off the board
because he would have harmed the family.
However,
was a problem.
He was a problem. Streets were no. He was a street problem,
which means he was their problem.
We're saying the same thing now.
That's survival. That's a difference.
Got you. So what I'm saying is, before they had a family, it was showing you that Tasha been the coach for Ghost. So they had a business relationship. When she seen Angela, she knew that Angela and him had a relationship. She knew before her. She knew that there's a part of him that she would never have. Tommy knew the same thing. They was fighting for this part of him because Tasha was in love with his life. And he provided that life. She provided him with that security of having that woman that's down, that down woman that everybody wants. She'll swallow the pack. She'll take a 10 for me. She was cool with that.
Why can't we be homies?
But sometimes love is not there. Honestly, we just work good together to get to another goal, and that's what their relationship.
But if that's the case, why can't we have conversations and talk this out? And you don't want to be here, boom. I think she was really hurt and did not want to let him.
I'm not doubting that she was hurt, but the question is, she really love him? He didn't leave.
Let him go.
He didn't leave because of he just wanted to leave.
She didn't her go more. Ahead. He wanted Angela more.
Now, see,
she didn't want to leave the streets.
She didn't want to leave the streets. When the season first started, the first 4 episodes before Angela is even become this big love entry is I want to focus on my club.
Right.
She was telling him then, don't lose focus on what this club's supposed to be.
Just
it's
clean
supposed
the
to
money.
be washing money.
Yeah.
He wanted to actually go legit. Tommy and her did not want him to be legit because they wanted that life. They liked that life.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. When he got with her, she was the life he wanted. And that show you the different type of love. She was a cop in love with a criminal and knew he was a criminal. Knew he was married.
Love trumps all that.
That's what I'm saying. You making my point.
Yeah, love trumps
Because
all that.
because Angela really rolled. Angela still was there for all of that.
But I'm saying
She jeopardized her position.
But
Tasha never did.
Tasha wasn't about to. Tasha never jeopardized her
What position? No.
Where is Tasha
not
right
for Ghost.
now?
For her son. That's different. For her
For
son. For her son. She's in jail because her son murdered her father, and she was outsmart. If she was there for
when dude killed, he kept killing her boyfriends.
who?
She could have been said him, and
She tried it.
She tried it,
But when you know you can't win, you should just stop.
she couldn't win because they had to. Everybody was looking.
So tangled.
Everybody look, man. Even the son said it. Even when she killed him, her first mind was doing. He's gone. Her second mind was,
Killed.
let me get you straight. Even when Tyreek killed him, she tried to leave on her own, but she wanted to leave with security.
Cause I forgot. It's been so long.
Yeah, she wanted to leave with security. She knew that
Why
dude was
wouldn't
security.
she?
I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. You asked the question. When did she jeopardize her position? She never did. Her position was only she only secured her position with other people by knocking everybody out of that slot. That's the same reason why she killed fucking Lala
But okay,
character.
can we just say that Ghost is definitely wrong for not putting her up nice? He could have just done his thing, and why does she got to get a salty little tiny apartment in Queens?
Cause she can go
She
work.
picked it. I bet you she picked it. And here's another thing that people don't want to talk about. Ghost, when he died, made sure her mom rent was paid for a year.
Oh,
What?
her mom's rent was
What?
paid for a
Women
year.
don't get it twisted.
What
Don't
is
get
Tasha
it
supposed to
twisted.
do?
She had entanglement with a little dude.
He didn't
You
know.
feel what I'm saying?
And he didn't
Exactly.
care.
And you know what
That's
one
the
girl
thing,
said to
he
me?
didn't care.
One girl said, "Hey
What
man,
do
the
you
game
mean?
is the game. Who get caught is the one who get all the blame."
But why is she in an entanglement with him?
What?
Why did that happen?
Because she felt like she wanted to be in entanglement.
There you go. No, because her husband was not. Her husband.
Man, y'all women don't never get it. That's the problem.
What are you
I used to think that
saying?
men see now look
No,
reality.
what are you saying there?
Reality TV. I mean, not reality TV. Rom-com showed us that men are the dumb ones. No, we not. We just understand us. Women, y'all a little dumb
Explain that to me.
because. Go ahead, kid.
No,
Get him,
go.
kid.
No, hell no.
Get him. You want me to hang
You go
myself?
first.
Okay, cool. All right. This is what I'm saying. This is why I feel like women don't get it. We can stick with that story straight off top, right?
What story?
We can stick with the Ghost story. Ghost stuck between two women.
Right.
One woman is legit, the other one represent his old life. Ghost have explained to one woman that he wants to transition into this life where he's fully legit. The woman that represents his past says, no, this is who you are. She did not notice that he was trying to grow. She wanted to keep him in there. Not knowing, not even realizing that he said he don't want his kid to follow the same footsteps.
That's fair.
So he seen the future. He seen the future and said, man, my son's starting to see me move different.
That's fair.
Okay, so reason why women don't get it is women trust their feelings. Women trust how you feel about them, and women trust
Our
what your
intuition don't be right.
your intuition is based off your feelings. Your feelings change. By the time you 60, y'all not no longer in love. Y'all just used to each other.
Thank you.
It's life.
That's true.
You don't.
So
you're
why-
not in love with.
So why are you chasing Angie then? If
She
if you-
represented
if 60
the life he thought his wife was going to approve of.
So
That
you
junk,
think-
that was poetic.
So you're telling me right now that if you think that if Tasha was like, "Oh baby, yeah, whatever you want to do," that Ghost would have saw Angie in the club that night and been like, "Ah, bitch, fuck out of here."
He would have. The problem. here's the gangster thing is. Here's the gangster thing is why women never get it. Why women never get it is the things certain men see in other women, they don't see it at home. Rarely.
Right. So it doesn't matter. We're trying to put reasons up. He liked Angie. Period.
He liked Angie
If
for what she
Angie-
represented, and then he fell in love. Bruh, you can look, bruh. What he
Want
said
that whole
go.
thing back. This is a
Yeah,
girl that I hit
we
back
all
and they
want that
always
old
had a
thing back, but
crush.
I'm saying
The girl that got away.
his wife couldn't transition in the world that he wanted to be at.
But I'm saying, does
But
that matter?
who did she know?
Does that matter?
Who did she know Ghost as before drugs? Right?
Who?
Who did she know him as?
Great point. Get him, kid.
So you got to think about
Who
that.
did Angela?
Angie.
She knew him as not Ghost. She knew him as Jamie, right? Or something like that. Or however you say it. She knew him as a nice person. You know what I'm saying?
Never was a part of that.
So when he wanted to get back to the person who knew who he was, who he's trying to stay, or who he feels like
Sorry,
he is on the
DG.
inside.
I'm saying,
You good?
let's go all the way back. Do we think
Break it down, cat.
Do we think that if Angie never left for whatever school, whatever, got out the picture, that Tasha would even been a thing? My whole thing is, let's not act like if it was dudes be getting with the girl that's there at the time or what they can have, and then when it's an opportunity to get what they wanted, then it's like, oh, let me get that, but I couldn't before. You were here, you were what I could have then, and now you're here now, but I can have this opportunity that I didn't have before. I want that now. And y'all trying to say, oh, no, it's because the reality is, Angie, if he could have had her then, they probably would have, it wouldn't have been no Tasha.
I think that women don't know. Women also do not know what they want. And here's the thing. Women
So
raise.
those- but here's-
Women raise and water flowers. So she made. Let's not get
And then
confused.
get-
Tasha made Ghost, but you didn't support when your man started thinking a little differently. He wanted to secure another bag.
But at the end of the day, the least you could do if you're going to leave her and drag her and do all this, the mother of your children who kept this life up for you and all this shit, you could at least just get her right and be respectful.
That's how I know that you're thinking about with your feelings.
cold.
That's how I know you're thinking about with your
Does
feelings.
that not make sense?
The reason I know that you're thinking about with your feelings is
Why can't- he was
because
thinking with
in the
his
state in the state of New York, that's not a state, in the city of New York. You know what I mean?
Wait.
In the city of New York, if we divorce each other, she not only taking
New York
half
State.
with 3 years. I know, but
Yeah,
I'm
yes,
saying
yes, yes, yeah.
in the city of New York,
Divorce with half.
with 3, she's not even getting half. She's getting 75%.
What she-
So
why would she hold up in that apartment?
I'm gonna tell you why. Goes back to my point. She knew legitly that wouldn't be that much. But if she stick with him because of what he bring in without that being on the books, that's what she wanted.
That part.
She want that
I think he had a
that
prenup
protection.
too.
Huh?
I remember them talking about something like a
Yeah.
prenup.
Oh my God.
Remember she was stealing? She was stealing and didn't even know that he was paying the freaking he was paying the bank off. This is
And
women
then to
101.
support her habit, she started supplying her son.
She had to.
Oh.
I'm
She-
saying.
you
She
got-
could have just whatever, let him be and follow whatever this is like.
But at the end,
Tommy was about to clip her son.
but see, at the end of the day, when his word was final, I know it was brutal.
If they're gonna drink, I'd rather they do it.
His word
Oh my
was
God.
put the boy
Shout out
in
to Models
jail.
Lavana, I see you.
Shout out to.
Look, she over there looking like a businesswoman. I'm sorry. Go into your woman fight. Women, I don't get it.
I'm saying.
You-
can we
you-
just admit?
you
my
like a
thing is
feminist right
just
now.
Admit that he wanted this girl and he couldn't have her, and now she's back in the picture, and it's move out the way Tasha.
Admit a man can have more than one woman.
What's the? Oh, I'm late.
Nobody said that in the interview.
I'm just saying.
He didn't
Go
say
ahead.
that in the interview.
What's
Women,
the interview?
women
I'm
know
going with
men
it.
can have more than one woman. They just don't like it.
Whatever you want. But say that right here and now. Let me take that or leave it. Y'all
Well,
wanna have,
Hold on, go
y'all
into
wanna
that.
have-
Go into
You
that.
want to say that 10, 15 years down the road, well, I can have more than one woman. When? Well, that's not what we discussed.
Well-
Have more than one nigga? What we doing?
Technically,
Technically, a technicality.
all right, ain't gonna do technically. Okay,
Let's bring
let's do biblically.
Biblically, here we go.
Biblically, a man can have more than one woman.
He can have as many as he can take
As
care
many as he can take care of, as long as he taking care of that flock. But
But you don't want to take care of they
Mr.
kids.
St. James or St. Patrick's was not a good.
I'm
he had
saying.
he had very feminine characters in him. I'm gonna be honest.
He was emotional.
Yeah, he didn't know how to cut stuff off when it needed to be cut off at that time. But he still was amazing. Like with his son, he gave his son an opportunity to think and do every single thing. Gave his ex an opportunity. To be honest, I would have took his ass to jail as soon as I thought about it.
Who's this?
His son.
Oh,
I took his ass to
I
jail
just
that
like
day.
what it said about being a father to me. Like,
but then his
stop
image,
thinking women. Stop thinking that kids are stupid.
Right.
That's what I took from it. Like,
But Tariq was dumb.
Tariq was
What kind
street
of
dumb.
stupid?
He was street dumb.
Yeah.
But if you be real with your child, I think
They
he
did
would
a
have.
good job of hiding that life for a long time. though.
Yeah, but
Until Kanan-
when somebody eyes
Kanan had
open,
to go.
when somebody eyes open, you
You
can't close them. And he was supposed to attack everything that his son needed, and I think that it would have been better. And just instead of trying to trick him.
Tariq just wouldn't listen. But obviously, if Tariq, would listen, it wouldn't be a story.
So this is a
Be
lot
no Mary
about.
J. Blige. And I just need y'all to admit that he wanted Angie, and Angie left, and he never thought that he could have her. And he was like, "Oh, well, you're here, you'll do." And when Angie came back, it was, oh my God, it was like the second coming of Christ. And he was like, "All right, Tasha, let's just admit that all that extra."
He didn't handle the situation right.
Yeah, I mean,
When
there's
do
no
you
right
ever
way to
handle
handle it,
the
'cause you're gonna
situation?
hurt
Yeah.
somebody's gonna be hurt. But yes, he did not handle it.
I usually
his
blame
best.
everything on Tyler Perry, but I don't think he directed that
Right,
one.
I know.
You know.
It wouldn't have made it
Usually
hard.
he has his men doing everything fucking wrong.
Gosh.
You're horrible.
I will never forgive him for those cornrows they put on Shamar. Will never forgive him.
So it's Tyler Perry.
Is
So Tyler.
the reason black people will never overcome. Yes.
Oh man, Tyler Perry is the.
But here's the thing.
I love that guy, man.
Here's the thing. The money that he makes. Here's the thing. We're the reason
I
that
think
he's
the
so successful. So with the scripts and the wigs and the things that some of us hate and resent, he's been able to build this and do great things for people.
he knew what the game was when he came in. They told him,
It's
"You wear
like
wigs and shit."
taking
What
your
did they
Uber
say?
money to the church.
I'm interested, kid. How did this meeting go with
God.
Hollywood and?
You guys should
And
look
Tyler
up this.
Perry.
You should look up this interview about Tyler Perry's lover.
And you know, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just before you go, I talk about these people like they're listening. This nigga talk about these people like they're on a whole nother terranio. like he'd be like,
By the time he hears
Mr. Tyler Perry. Step.
this-
Look,
Mr. Tyler Perry.
man, if you go look at this interview of Tyler Perry's lover, who's dead now, he's this big buff black guy who used to let Tyler Perry stay on the sofa with other little gay dudes.
Oh, Suge Knight.
I thought you was about to say the name. I was like, damn, I didn't know his name. But yeah, he admitted to it. He was like, yeah, man, Tyler told me we can't be friends because that was his whole life. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't come into the game being fully that way. He had to walk it in. See, when the agenda is happening, you can't give a kid a whole broccoli. No, you got to put it in a gummy.
You gotta put broccoli in
Be
gummies.
friends.
Yeah.
Fuck am I? And I'm the parent.
What do you mean? So he's not like bi? Is he saying he's straight?
No, he's gay. He's you can call him bi or whatever you want to, but he has to have a facade. He has to have that.
What's the facade?
The facade is
We're
him just
buying
being
that he's
somebody.
straight?
Well, I don't know if y'all buy that. I don't think he has a bow. I think that's what they called his thing that he had,
Yeah,
a bow.
That's what they used to call old. That's what they call like if you was like
boo.
back in the no. Well, the word "boo" came from "bow."
Oh,
Look at the word
So-
apprentice.
So, "bow" what?
I don't.
In the
what
Catholic Church, that's what an apprentice
Young
is.
man under you.
Young man under you,
Jesus.
it's pedophilia,
In the literal sense.
and that's what they really do. That's the reason why the Catholic Church never gets in trouble. That stuff right there is actually part of their religion.
Said it. Here.
Yeah, we're not gonna last till next year, guys. Yeah, man. I mean, okay. So Tyler Perry, no one here is a fan. It sounds like.
I love. Listen, people will talk their trash, but it's like, how much of the building fund at the church is stripper money? You know what I mean? We talk all this about this life and that life, but what if Cardi right now was making
great segue
schools?
back.
I think Tyler Perry tried to normalize everything. Everything that y'all
Normalize
think.
what, though?
Well, what I mean by that is he puts y'all in a Christianized way. So this is what I mean by like Christianized, where when he do his movies, Christian, when you're a Christian, supposedly Christianized stuff, when he do his movies, he make all that stuff that's not right in the Bible
Like what?
right. So when you see people in that, hey, and how many they playing and doing all that joking and shit, you're not supposed to be joking about that. That's actually real. And the thing that he's doing, he's showing y'all some but see, he's showing y'all the culture of church as church culture. That's what Christianity technically is. It's just churchianity. It's
But
church.
It's happening, right? Already. Right?
Yeah, and that's see he's a big promoter of that. Like all his movies, yeah, it be church, but he make it funny because
But
they
it's
laugh
already
at the
funny.
church.
The whole reason you can laugh is because you're saying that happens.
Right. And they say it happens.
Bringing these characters.
They say it happens,
Everybody
but
knows Sister Odell. Everybody knows
But see,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
supposed to be not personally you, but him. You're supposed to be the person to actually put that out there that's not supposed to happen. When you show
who's
in your
going to
movies,
that?
I mean, but that's just
Yo,
what I'm saying.
My mom, like every Christmas, we gotta go see the Tyler Perry movie, and it's like I can't.
It's pretty much like
just for her.
programming. Like shit, we gotta know how it works out here.
But really, it's kind of, but it's not because it's the same things happening over and over. It's like we're laughing at this because it happens every Sunday in church, and he's showing us what's happening in church, and we're laughing at it. And it keeps
So
happening
so
in
did
church,
you
and we're
respect
laughing
Roots?
at it.
Did you respect the
I haven't
Roots
seen the whole
movie?
thing, but sure, yeah. Like,
You know, Roots wasn't real. That was written by a white man, right?
I'm sure.
Okay,
But
so
I mean-
if they're telling you that's a part of your history, right?
But I'm saying, how much of it?
How much of it's
like-
played in
so,
school?
like, hold on. So you don't
Not
think
at
Roots is
all.
real?
So
So you don't think Roots, like you don't think none of that happened in history?
That the Roots thing, it was written by a white dude. I can't remember his name.
Discredit.
Like I'm not against that fact or against that. What do you call it? What I'm saying is, do you not think because it was wrote by a white guy that none of that happened in history?
Kunta Kinte, not him.
Well, your name wise, okay.
But do I think some of that stuff happened? I think
He said, man, first off, I'm shooting cool to Kinte.
but see, they
So-
gave
Was
you a
his name
perspective
Kunta?
of what happened. I don't think none of that happened. I don't even want to say think.
There was no cameras. There was no.
What
So
what that
sure.
was, but back in history, everything was written. And you tell me 100 million, a million black people. How many boats again? How many
You
boats?
talking about black people who couldn't read or write?
Where are you
Oh,
getting
true.
this
What
from?
are we
True.
talking about?
Where are you getting this?
I've been saying that for years.
Slaves?
I don't think
Who
that-
couldn't read or
I don't
write?
think okay, I'm shut up.
What do you mean? Slaves couldn't read or write?
Who couldn't?
None of them.
What are you explaining as reading and writing? Are you okay?
Okay.
Let me ask you a
communication,
question.
ways to communicate.
If I go to Mexico, right? Can I read and write?
Where's my gummies?
Can I read and write? But I'm in a country where I don't know the English or what do you call? I don't know none of that.
Okay, so.
So does
here
that mean
you're
I can't read and
unable
write?
To communicate effectively.
We know how to communicate, but the thing is, you
Can-
bring
can you-
somebody to your communication at that point, then you consider that
I'm
they don't know how
saying
to
you
read and
an
write.
English book. Sure, in your native tongue.
Yeah, I mean,
in,
cause
in your culture and your everything that was stolen from you.
and then another thing is when you bring a group of people over to a land that only has white people, which was never true. Even even George Washington had a black
the
dude
natives.
help him. So a lot of this stuff is that way. They have a
Yeah,
painting
there
of
were
the black
people
dude.
in Africa selling us, so there was help everywhere.
When you say there are black people in Africa selling us, who were those blacks? Just black people?
What if? Hold on.
What's the answer to that?
What if? Because we know that black people trying to teach that black people was not, let's say, conquerors or what you call them?
I mean, the Moors. What are we talking about?
No. I'm saying what you call people like when they travel.
Conquistadors, explorers.
It's explorers. What if black people was explorers? They came over. They like to climb and they stayed.
What like in here?
Yeah, I like it here. What if certain people got them people, conquered them people, and they stayed here? So what if years, decades went by of undocumented time where that was people that came from Africa, but as time progressed, they just stayed here? And what if some people came here, overthrew them, and then say that we took you from Africa to throw you off, and not just tell you that really we took your land?
Perfect. Well,
Because sorry.
Oh, no, you good.
Go.
well, okay.
I'm
Why-
sorry,
why
just
did
to look at
slavery
you
stop?
like
Back to
it was toys.
roots. I just
Why did slavery stop? Why did they end slavery?
money.
Okay, go a little deeper.
Money. The North could not compete with the South. They could not grow cotton.
So they had all those indentured servants, right?
Yeah.
Indentured servitude, right? So it wasn't really slavery. It was indentured servitude. Basically, just like in the Bible, I think that's what, Exodus? I might be wrong on that part, but it might be Exodus. Just like in the Bible, they was telling about, there's a part in there that talks about holding your contracts. They usually say in the Bible, they say, be a good slave. It doesn't say that. It says about contracts, agreement. If you have a contract of basically selling yourself out, basically offering yourself out for work, honor that contract. Honor it fully. So that's what that was about. I mean, you already know that. I'm not saying like I'm giving you game. But I'm saying, so if that's what that was about back then, right, it was just basically money. They wanted to cripple the South, right? Because they was getting nothing but free work.
Or, I mean, I don't even know say crippled, but they just didn't want to have to compete with that, and that's why the Industrial Revolution.
Well, they did want to cripple them because they were still getting free servitude. So to beat them in the war, and all that, and I think they did, to beat them, and that's I guess where the Confederate flag comes from. And all
Zay,
that.
like, what's up out here in the comment section, sir?
And they're going off.
Don't stop.
Oh, no, you good. But basically what I'm going at is basically this right here. The narrative always changes.
Right.
But there is really one narrative. There really is. When I hear the words, we all came over in boats, then what happened to the Middle Ages when we were all kings? That doesn't make any sense. So I hear, and people were already here. That's when you start hearing people like Dan Calloway start talking about Indians and
I
Aboriginals.
love Calloway. Shout out to Calloway.
So when you
shout
hear-
out to Dan Calloway.
We all came over to vote. That doesn't sound right.
And do you know?
Listen, that's what they teach us.
But I just.
But that's what roots teach us.
Everybody.
That's what Roots showed us.
That's what
Guy
Roots-
running in the
people,
field
though.
and just getting
But
caught.
I'm saying a bunch of people did though, so we can't really sit here and we were bred like pit
I
bulls.
think the triangle was a
So-
little backwards. I think that what makes sense to me and what just makes plain sense, and I'm not the smartest guy out here.
Right, me either.
You feel what I'm saying? But what makes sense to me is Haitians are the direct trade from Africa. Haitians, then Europe. So however you want to do that, that makes sense. But I think that
still.
we came over here on our own, and I think they took some people from them trades from
But it don't even
Haitian.
When you think about 400 years of being bred, not just living your life and we'll have a couple kids and we'll see how it goes. No, like this is your job is to work this land and have babies for us. A whole plantations were factories, people factories. So it's like, who cares how many people originally came over here? A shitload of us came over here and reproduced and reproduced and reproduced.
not an argument. I agree with everything. I just think that because that truth was
And you lose
was
your history,
tampered.
You don't know who and what.
You ever seen Django? You see how he was riding around on that horse like that?
Get that nag off the
That's how that was though. There was a lot of free men over there. There was a lot of people who had money,
I think my mother's coming in.
who had
in here.
I'm having a family function right now. Mom,
Apple
get
juice.
out my room.
Get out of my room.
You like closing on the boss door. Oh, I thought you coming in. Mom, get out my room.
Oh no, y'all not gonna come in this room because I really want to discuss this.
Hey, you gotta come around the table.
Alice Haley,
What?
Get in
the
here.
Alice Haley
Get in here.
situation.
The
Alice
what?
Haley that y'all just mentioned. He
Did
said
we
a white
mention
man wrote that.
Oh,
Yeah, Roots.
No,
okay.
I could pull it up.
Get us together.
we did.
You on?
Yeah,
Or are you on yet? You just watch here to see if you on. Sorry.
he, a white man produced it. He didn't write it. Alice Haley wrote it because these are his ancestors. Chicken Jordan was related to Alex Haley down the line. He wrote this.
Do you have any proof, Mom?
Yes, we looked it up. You think I'm gonna come here without any proof? That's
Maybe so.
No. Excuse me. You know my son. He don't know.
We can hear you.
Real good.
Hey, shout out to my mother in the building.
Hey, hey.
Hey.
You know, mom always gonna have some information. You know,
Where's the proof?
we looked it up. The proof.
Let us
Let
look
me
it
tell
up.
you something. Yeah, okay, yes. Hold on. Calm down.
Okay.
You gonna call it what? Well, it's here.
Mom, get out of my room.
Get out of my room.
Embarrass me in front of my friends.
For real.
It's Applejacks. We just like them. We just do.
Hey, you got some of that purple drink?
Y'all go ahead and discuss. I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Oh, God.
So no,
Yes,
yes.
let's talk to
Tell
them.
me.
I'm about
So
to.
you don't think? Tell me why you think that Roots.
Get 'em,
wasn't
kid.
Real. I mean, what?
I'm on kid side right now.
Y'all giving me the realness. I mean, I'm actually not even on the stand. I gave y'all my point. Y'all supposed to give me y'all point now.
No. Say it again.
Okay. Basically, let me make sure I got this 100% right because it's in a certain order.
Are you saying like the whole thing as a whole? It's just kind of like I don't buy
It's a
it.
fabricated story.
Okay, the first time you put up Who Wrote Roots, that's the first thing gonna come up. But when you pull up the story is his ancestors were Chicken George, all of them. So he knew the story from what he got from his ancestors back then. A white man produced it for sure.
But I think that's the movie. Oh,
No,
are we talking about
it's
the...
just that he the one brought it to light.
Okay.
Regardless, he brought it to light, showing what things happened with our ancestors just as well as his back in the day. He wanted to express this, and he did in his way. But a white man did produce it for him. But this is his story, his true story. This ain't made up. This Chicken George and all of them
How would you know that his name was Chicken George?
That's what they call
I
him.
think that's the easy part to figure
Yes,
out.
they
I
called
think the
him that.
hardest part is like figuring out dialogue and stories.
That wasn't his
passed
real
on.
name, but that's what he was called because he liked it, or with the chickens and stuff.
Chicken
No?
George.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Chicken George.
What happened?
Wasn't watermelon
I
George.
said, okay.
Roots was created.
oh,
Roots
I
was
just
created
moved.
for a narrative. I'm gonna be honest. It was created for a narrative.
Get him, kid.
There's such thing. And there's no such thing as white supremacy. Y'all, if it is, y'all allow it.
Wait a minute.
So
What? We're not there yet.
there's no such thing as that.
Okay.
What
wait,
is white
Not
supremacy?
yet. Not yet. Okay. Roots. What, if you were writing it, what? Like make Roots real. Tell me how.
It became.
Oh, great.
Or
So this is how roots
Great
happened.
one.
This is how we became slaves. We were all in Africa. A couple boats came over, grabbed everybody off an island. We didn't see the boats coming. This is not real. This is me being sarcastic.
Okay.
So we didn't see anybody coming. They all came, grabbed us. Who was these people? What were their names?
Just told you
It's history.
we were
History's written.
business.
Who are these people?
We were business.
But
People
who are
told
the
us.
people? All this stuff is in history. Y'all can say Columbus. That's as close as you're gonna get.
No.
He killed the what's the name tribe, but they said that he was
That was disease.
the pygmy. Nah, he was killing them. The pygmy tribe. It was a tribe of black pygmy people. He killed them. They were there first.
Hold on. So if I can interject, when we go to Africa, and this is what I got from Africans,
They don't like us.
they don't.
They don't like us.
They don't. Shout out to Squirrel She, and he gave his story of what he grew up learning. The whole Master Musa thing, Marcus Mukas, whatever, dropping gold and attracting attention to Africa. They went to Africa to do business. So that's what things kind of get a little lost at. They didn't invade Africa. And that's what I get lost. I don't think they invaded Africa. You just agree that this was some type of business. Okay.
You know, a lot of stories is add on, and it is not always the truth. It's some things, most of the things are true, but it's a lot of add on.
Yeah.
Like you said, it wasn't shown where they picked us up at, or where and it put us on the boat.
Where the
But it's a lot of
airport was.
things that.
I'm
the
not saying
main
none of that
overall-
isn't true.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just
It's
saying
true, but
it's
they
just
can add-
fabricated.
They add stuff.
Yeah.
They add libs
To make us
and
look
stuff.
a certain way, you know.
But I'm saying, how would when you say that it was created for a narrative? What do you like? Slavery was a thing.
The thing
Really was a
is,
thing.
slavery was a thing.
Don't Kanye
Okay.
me.
So what movie was it that they showed us? It was like the Black Kings movie. It showed a bunch of black kings. It ain't one.
300. There was some like.
Othello.
There's not mine.
Othello.
What's that?
It was played by white people, but they just can't tell. It's
But I'm
black.
just saying, as you can see, there's a narrative then.
But I'm saying-
How do you miss the Middle Ages if you're gonna talk straight to slavery? We didn't come straight from
But I
slavery.
was here though.
Hold on,
Roots
hold on.
was
I
here.
think that you're saying that we were once kings and queens. That's what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. We started there first, and then another thing, since we talk,
Only
We was
there.
kings and queens.
Once kings and queens. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying?
that's what I'm saying. We started there first, and then another thing, since we talk,
Only
We was
there.
kings and queens in Africa.
we was
But
kings and queens in
but they
Germany.
came- yes,
We was
but they
kings and queens in
came
Germany,
along-
Russia. King James actually was the king of
That's
But
some truth to
everybody
that.
England.
wasn't kings.
He was the king of England.
Everybody wasn't kings. Just
But
like,
do you not
How
think
long was
that,
That's a
my
black
God.
man.
huh?
King James is a
you
black
not
man.
think that even though they was king, the white people always thought that they ran the world, and they came into.
But you don't.
We and if y'all don't believe me, y'all can look this up. This is called the Byzantine era. It's called the Byzantine era. Y'all look this up. Byzantine.
Yeah.
We conquered. There was no white kings and black kings. No, we
had
were just
slaves,
that.
Too.
We did.
Everybody wasn't.
But that's still here. That's today. That's the prison
No, I'm
industrial
saying
system.
Even Moses and them, like everybody wasn't a king
believe it.
and everybody wasn't a peasant.
Ease up,
So-
Nick Cannon.
But see, every single
No.
thing, every single thing back then was fought over due to money and belief.
Okay.
So when you have people
Like
that are
here?
getting sold, what you said, those Africans that were selling people, who were they selling? They were selling the Negroes, the American Negroes that you're talking about now.
But let me ask you a question then. So, how did we get from being kings and queens to slaves?
That's when you start getting the dark ages. The
Right.
dark ages is when they start using stuff that they use now, like different what is it? I don't want to say chemistry.
So
Different.
we talking about Europe or Africa?
What is
do you-
this?
You
In
said
Europe, we
first
were-
it
we
was
were,
overthrew in Africa. I mean, first it was overthrew
pharaohs.
in Europe, is what you're saying.
Huh?
You're saying first we was overthrown in Europe.
We were overthrown. We weren't just overthrown in
We
Europe,
kings
but a lot
and
of
queens
those.
in our own like African in our own state. But when the white people came and wanted to take over everything and gain stuff, they took it from us.
That was the
That's what
Dark
made us
Ages.
slaves.
That's the dark. That's when you start getting the dark
Yeah.
plagues and
They-
stuff.
Yeah, but you don't have a movie that starts like that.
Right.
A movie don't start like showing all the kings and queens and how
Right.
the white people moved in and took from us.
They don't have that. That's what I'm saying by narrative.
Well,
See,
somebody might have to write it because you got to start from somewhere to get where
I don't think it's allowed to happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
If it's not shown, a lot of people is not gonna know what you're saying. They're not gonna understand what you're saying. That we came from kings and queens,
And this
that
is like
was
30
taken
years
from our
ago.
throne.
So you
Yeah.
can't even really.
You said
nail
30
it.
years?
Roots.
Roots is in the 70s, right?
40 years. Sorry. Oh,
Be accurate here.
That's the thing, though. When you're writing
Just
and
be-
people just don't, it's so much gets lost in translation,
Right.
and you just really don't know. You got to consider your sources, and then what are your sources saying? Every year we find out, oh, you're not supposed to. Remember the Got Milk campaign?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to have none of
A
that.
lot of our
Hold on, what
history-
happened?
A lot of the history that I learned growing up came from my great granddad.
Can't hold it. No.
Which was he told us
You go,
a
you talk
lot
to the-
of real things that was going on back in the day. Now a lot of stuff ain't in the history book that you have to get from somebody who actually was there or around that time or knows somebody that he worked. So a lot of things he told us, we learned that, and then beside what's in the history book, because the history book it just only slides you a little.
Give you in and
You know,
out.
tell
And they
you
telling
that it was
lies.
kings and queens, and then we came and took them.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna never tell you that.
Mm-mm.
So we
And
have
why
to find
would
it out
they?
from-
Would
right.
you?
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But that's how you stay in rulership right there. That's how you keep your rulership.
But I'm saying
That
you
is a
can
little pick in the
agree
story though. Like there's
that
a little shook in the
roots-
story that if you kings and queens, at what point was you overthrown? We know when we know when Napoleon was overthrown.
Right.
We know when Queen Elizabeth was overthrown. We know Queen Elizabeth stepped into Scotland
But
and
not
she
by
wrote letters.
not by some black people though.
But it's
But I'm saying how we don't know.
that's
how
like they
we
don't teach you about Nat Turner.
But I'm saying how we don't. But I know more about Nat Turner than I know about these kings and queens that sold them. Because like even if you would have taught us that, wouldn't that make you be objective to Africa? If you knew the downright truth about you being sold from your natural
Some.
habitat. But I'm saying why is that not like I don't know what
But
king
I
it
think
was.
Marie Antoinette, one of these queens. I was watching something with Sarah, and she was like, "Yeah, they had her beheaded, and
Yep.
apparently."
But you know they kind of show that in Black Panther. The kings
See?
and queens
a little
in
bit,
their
but see
time.
they go
So a
straight
little bit
like we
in
just
But did they
African.
show the betrayal?
No, they not gonna show that.
That's what I'm saying. Even
But we
amongst
don't
our
even know
own,
when it
we
was-
don't
And,
get the truth.
and who saved them in Black Panther? The white dude, right? He was like one of the saviors,
See,
and they're gonna always be the savior every single
I agree with
time.
everything Kid says, except there's not a white
what?
supremacy. He lost.
okay,
me
so
without
wait,
me.
we can come back to that. Go
Everything
ahead.
else.
What is white supremacy? What is it?
White supremacy is a white group that want to either control
So that on
order,
that note, thank you,
that want to
Mama.
control order, or that want to make sure that they keep
I had to
people
just
in
let
a
y'all know
certain-
that.
in a certain box. Thank you, Mom. I'm not gonna leave you alone. I'm gonna give you a short one. So white supremacy is a white group that want to keep supremacy. They want to keep them guys on top, as far as the dollar.
Well, it's
far
an
as
ideology that they are supreme.
Yeah,
They're the
basically the thought that they are supreme. To even
So,
have
okay.
that thought, you have to educate it.
hold on. Pause. Play on play. When you say white supremacy,
It's really just a practice.
Oh, you talking about white supremacist?
yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what
he's
I'm
talking
talking
about the
Right,
regular.
supremacist.
the
I don't believe. This is me. I don't believe that nobody.
But it's a mindset.
I don't believe
It's
that
like white
nobody
people's
is.
black girl
I
magic.
don't believe black people are supreme. I mean, like all the
What is
the superior,
Right.
the superior race.
God.
I don't believe
That's
in our
God.
superior race. I don't believe God led one general race to be the number one. I don't believe that.
Now
Black
wait.
people.
Now hold on. Now
don't.
wait.
I do believe that one is strong.
The
No.
sun.
Are you an Aboriginal?
Huh?
Right, you're an Aboriginal, right? You're Aborigines. That's what they call them, right? The original one. There's a man from NASA, right? I can't remember his name, but you can look it up. It's a story where he was talking about all these little aliens that he found, and he was talking about the black race of aliens, the Moors and all of those people, or the
aliens.
first people. And he said when he's speaking to these things, they were telling him, this is a white guy, they were telling him about the races and what the races are. Well, he said the blacks, they inherited earth. They are the ones, they are the true owners of the earth. This is what he said. Now, he has no reason to empower us. He got his
But there's a lot of people that do that. And I think as black people, I'm one of the people that say, okay, if you're not going to believe the left, then how you going to believe the right? So that's what confuses me. Like, we're going to believe him, but we're not going to believe Cool Joe over here when he say, you know what I mean, the whites are the reason why the Bible say ham say, you know what I mean? So how we going to believe one out of the other?
You got to come in with a guidebook. Got to come in with a key. You got to come in like, if this goes to this right here, like, if this person talks about this and this, and it equals with the ideology that I was already speaking on, or what I've already heard, then that might be the right direction. Let me just take a little peek. So when I came in like, they probably just saying some bullshit, because that's how I came in too. Then I heard it from another astronaut. Then I heard it from another person, and they had these interviews with the same astronaut, same story.
But what I'm saying is, when you get into, okay, all right, so DG, DG owns this place. This is his place. Yes, his word is superior, but his word is law because he runs it.
Right.
But he's not a superior person than me or
He
anybody.
creates the narrative. Right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So what I'm saying is, when I say I don't believe that's a superior race, because it's the problem with the white point.
Right.
If a black person gets to the top with the thought that they're superior, then what they supposed to do? Look down on people that's not superior.
That's what they do.
Now, me, I am superior to my daughter. That's just the truth. Until she becomes, you know what I mean, more independent, I'm superior. But I'm saying that comes with a cost. I tell her when to go to bed. I tell her what she eats. Tell her what she can't eat. That comes with a cost. So if I say that I'm more superior than somebody, I'm saying that I have the right to look down on them and to tell them what to do because they don't know my level of knowledge. That's what I don't believe.
Or they just don't have the power to overthrow you or whatever. Right now, they are in the position that they are.
They're in that rulership.
And yeah.
White people are in a position because white people believe in being cold. Black people somehow, some way, and it goes to what he was saying. There would be some truth there. Black people have a level of passion. Not saying all black people, but I'm saying you can.
Yeah,
go.
but we have knowledge right now and information, and we are continually getting information, and we're not all doing what we need to with
because everything is geared towards us. Everything is geared towards us. Like, when I say everything, I mean music. Everything is geared to make these group of people this certain way. Ass shake, money, and nothing else. I don't need y'all empowering yourselves. If you should look at this shiny chain.
We know this.
But
when are we going to say and be ready to hold ourselves accountable, look and really work together and trust each other?
He would have to be
and
doing
do
what
the
he's doing.
things.
You have to be doing what he's doing. You see how you said, my daughter, I control every single thing that she says or anything. At the end of the day, when she grows up and hit 18, she's his reflection.
Right.
Whatever he didn't do right is gonna be shown.
Necessarily. That's not fair.
What?
What's not fair?
I think sometimes there's really great parents that tried their best and their kids just
That's a good one, and I love that we went there. That's the difference
Shit
between
happens.
being a good parent.
I think people think, oh, you
I think people
didn't do your job.
I
That's
think
why
people
I
confuse
tried.
being a understanding parent or not a horrible parent with actually being a good parent. I think people confuse, being understanding, talking to your child,
Yeah.
listening to them as being that's just great,
Yeah.
instead of giving them the good with the bad. And I think certain parents do that very well. Other parents just can know how to be.
You can try
They
your
make
hardest,
friends.
and your kid still has free will, just like
Exactly.
you. And they gonna do what they gonna do, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's why the best way I've heard parenting described is your heart grows legs and it jumps out of your chest and it's just running around. And it's like, well, damn, that sounds about right. Like, you're not in control, and you think you are, and that's cute. But I mean, think about people in the church. They kids be the worst ones.
So right now we're jumping into
And we're talking about this is
how
right and wrong.
how you being raised, parenting, and all that good stuff.
It's tough.
This is for my editing.
I want no
And
parts.
you just made another great point. You said kids that grows up in the church. I love we're moving. Kids that grows up in the church comes out the wrong. And I think it's the Martin Luther King effect. When you're worrying about the whole field, you neglect that little house you stay in.
Maybe, yeah, I can see that. But then I know people who won't drink, won't, do any drugs, won't try nothing because mom and dad was crackhead.
But you know what?
So it's like,
I experienced that. So my family my grandfather was an alcoholic. And out that household, I have somebody that would drink in moderation. Somebody that, and I have 2 that drink in moderation and 2 that didn't touch it at all. So I'm saying, but in the same point, they both seen something and then went 2 different ways on it. So I'm saying you can say one, then the other is,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
but who knows how that would have turned out.
Yeah.
And, everybody just responds to different things. Different because we're all individuals. But we don't remember that or take that into consideration until, I guess we just do that when it's convenient.
So,
we remember everybody's like,
how was you grown? Like, how were you raised, and how do you think that impacted you now?
My parents are like Tia and Tamara's parents, like Ray and Lisa. Yeah, mom's Lisa, dad's Ray. Dad's like V-neck, business, and mom's like, hey girl, hey. She's a businesswoman now, but yeah, lots of balance, I guess. Lots of balance.
You seem like you got a lot of balance.
They worked hard.
Seems like you had a father in your life.
I had a father, yeah. He was in the house.
And that's the reason why I said him, because he is the head. Nothing goes through him. We can say I love Tia. I'm not saying it like that, but and people hate the word follow. She follows him. Okay. What his guidance is.
Though.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's the head.
Yeah.
But she grew up in probably the church, right? She didn't grow up in the church.
But you don't have no strong. But it's like to sit here and say. But it's like look at a Tupac.
Right.
It's like your mama was single mom and a crackhead, and you still. It's just down to the individual to take in the information.
By militants, though, so that's different.
Yeah,
and he still was raised like a bitch.
Okay. What does that mean?
I hate to say it like that. But Tupac is feminine to me.
Okay. Elaborate on that.
When y'all say
I
all
always
this,
felt that way
Is
too.
it the Thug Life tattoo?
I mean, when you have to portray what you is and you have to show somebody what you is, you're compensating for something.
When you have to portray,
he had
when
to.
you're in show business, what do you talk about?
He showed business. Trust me, he showed business in plenty ways. I don't have anything against Tupac.
I just want to make it make sense.
But I will say, yeah, Tupac was raised by a Feeny. What's her name? Shakur.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of men were in and out of that house.
I'm sure.
So I'm pretty sure he had like one little balance. And I hate to say it like that, but she was on drugs.
Yeah, so anything goes.
But I just don't think I'm not gonna say she was a bad parent. I don't know how she raised him.
But that's the thing. What is a bad parent? What's a bad parent?
What?
When at the end of the day, you are going, if you're, especially for somebody who is trying their best and they're put in tough positions, like at the end of the day, we're all here trying to survive.
All right.
We've been domesticated and we have all these gadgets, so we don't look at this as the Wild West, but we are here, or the jungle or whatever, but we are all trying to survive. And at the end of the day, if you take all of our things away from us, all the things we say, oh, I could never, couldn't be me, like it could, but
but see, when you just did that, who was you imitating?
Someone I've heard say that.
You know,
a lot of everybody says, "Oh, who you want me to give you, Dan?"
Yeah.
Oh, shit, couldn't be me.
I'm just saying.
That guy's name would be Dan.
Dan.
I give you Dan. You want Jeff?
I'm just saying that there are bad parents to me.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest.
How?
I know people want it. Well, like I've always said this about myself. I'm gonna stop saying
Ghost was a bad parent.
He was a bad parent.
Tasha
He's a fucking bad parent. I mean, he was
why.
a double standard parent.
This is one of those.
He made a good point. He said, "Why don't you turn yourself in?"
Okay, so Ghost and Tasha was bad parents because to be a parent, you can't raise all kids the same. You have to raise your kid based upon their needs. And whatever they need,
you have to identify
reach
those needs first.
Exactly. By watching. Which goes, see, people think that if I be this one type of person, which is good person and understanding person, the TV taught us that. If you be the person of like like I be watching certain shows and I be like, that's not a good parent, because if you see what's going on, what happens be horrible.
And what they allow.
Yeah, like
Give
what
me
they allow.
Okay, give me the what could Ghost have done differently? Or
Ghost
should
could
he?
okay. So Ghost, let's not change anything. Let's say you already have done things like how you done it, and your child is asking for truth. Your child is asking for truth, for clarity. You give your child clarity, and you give your child everything to fill that mind up.
What if their knowledge could hurt everybody? Think about it. If the whole reason they don't let spouses testify, it's like what you know. You know what I'm saying? If you tell anybody, just by you knowing something, it could hurt you. You know what I mean? You know too much.
They don't let spouse testify. But see, that's.
But I'm saying, if you know something that could hurt.
The only thing that we have to remember is this right here. Every law that's made that we live by today is written back in the day where it meant something else. They really put that in there because they didn't trust women to be. What you just said.
Spouse.
That was put in there because back in the day, if you did something wrong, they didn't trust a woman to even be anywhere in the law system.
That was in
which is
biblical
horrible.
times too.
Oh, so look at
So
that.
they didn't want nobody to torture. So I'm saying that shouldn't even be
That
used
just
in
screws
this
up
conversation.
Your whole point, because when you say going back to the Bible, in the Bible it says this and this. Which one? Why is this book so important? Yet it has all these versions. The Catholic.
What versions are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking
What
about?
versions? There are no versions. There's only one. What versions? What
There's only one
versions?
Bible.
We have a
Quran?
Bible, and you're talking about different Bibles that they created.
You,
That they created.
Yeah, that's not the same
Also,
thing.
Hebrew.
So, huh?
So you know how to.
Oh, I'm not in any camps or religions.
No, I'm saying, can you read the original?
Can I read
script?
Hebrew?
The original.
I can read a little Hebrew, but I get what you're going.
A little. It's not. You gotta be able to read a lot.
I get where you're going. So you're
I know.
asking about the original?
I'm saying, if we're gonna say, oh, in the Bible, if we're gonna even bring that, and that's why I hate even bringing it up, because it's like people hear stuff. Everybody's gonna hear something that they don't want to hear. Apparently, women aren't supposed to teach. Why?
1 Timothy.
But why?
There's a reason teaching is not built off emotions.
Emotions.
Yes.
So why are there so many teachers? Why are there so many female teachers?
You're talking about this white man
Yeah,
system?
hold
Are they,
on,
what
hold
I'm
on.
saying, are
Kat,
they
this what
teaching a curriculum that they wrote? Or
okay, so you keep
That's a
arguing,
white man system.
You keep arguing a point
I'm
of
trying
something
to
that's
make it make
wrote,
sense.
but then you're saying, so that's just like saying the Bible say a man can't be with a man, but then you will make the point of a man being with a man like today, which doesn't.
No, I'm saying
I'm
everybody
lost.
wants to go back. Earlier, you said something about in the Bible, a man can have as many women as he wants. I'm saying we're either going by this or we're not going by this. I throw it out the window just because it's been remixed. Like
It
that's
hasn't
not
been.
even-
People say that, but it hasn't been. I get where you're going.
People have remixed it, but
The
that doesn't
hell
make
I
it
no,
right.
that's
What do
it's
you
a
mean?
difference.
I've heard some bad.
If Stan Lee wrote Marvel, right, and I go write whatever, and they got cartoons and same thing doing the same thing, is it still Stan Lee's Marvel or whatever Stan Lee got? It's not the same thing. It wouldn't be the same. That's not the same book. Just because I make a different book and I'm the illustrator, like when you talk about like the Islam people, they don't read the Bible. They don't go straight off of the Bible,
Quran.
right?
Right.
Because that's their savior.
Which
That's
is the
their
same, which is
their
the
interpretation.
same, but
We all talk
And the
about
Bible
same
is
God.
copied by other people. So when you have stuff like the cross and the Ankh and all of that, those are also remade and recopied stuff.
But I'm saying, what are we going by?
I'm going
original
off
text
of the original
That
text. I'm
none
going
of us
off.
can read.
When you go off of the King James version, that's as close as you're gonna get.
I'm
That's as
confused.
close as you're gonna get. How's that fair though?
Because King James version is just written in English. It's just translated. That's it. So
How many things are
so
lost?
so
in
so talk.
translation?
Let me do this real quick. So if I go to London and I say, "Hey, what's up?" and a guy looks up, right? We're not speaking the same language at that point, right?
Not necessarily.
So I have to
Depends.
translate to him what I'm talking about. So does that mean
then-
what's up still doesn't mean anything? Does what's up
If you
lose
can
its
do that,
value?
but in 2,000 years, if it takes you 2,000 years to get him to
But
understand
after that-
what what's up means,
After that, you only have one book. After that, you start getting these different denominations that said, I'm going to give you our version. And I'm not just going to blame like white people, but a lot of that stuff was. When you go into the
Sure.
different churches, all those different books. I hear what you're
Of course.
saying.
But I'm saying, who has read? So many people haven't even read any of the versions, the King James, the who, any of them, cover to cover. So who do you know has read the actual original text?
My teacher,
Okay.
that's where I started learning history. That's why I don't go off faith. I go off history.
You can't go off of faith. Well, no.
And let me remind you,
Emotion.
because remember, I'm not a Christian, but I'm going to say this right here. Christians don't believe in faith.
Jesus wasn't
They
a
believe in trust. So faith and trust is the same thing. It's called pistis. It's in the book. But the word pistis, listen to that. What does that mean? Pistis, right? Isn't that Hebrew? So when you hear the word pistis, and it means faith. When you hear faith, you hear the word blind faith. You hear believing in something that's not there, basically, but just having a strong enough belief. In the Bible, that's not it. It's pistis. The word faith means trust. So there's different words in different translations.
Which even further proves my point.
It doesn't prove a point because we all have different ways of talking.
I'm lost about the point.
That's the thing.
She's saying that none of the books could be real because she believes that all the books have been retranslated, recreated,
Except the original text.
except for the original.
The original text.
So,
But
let me
you're
ask you a
saying
question
that
now.
It's been translated, but then you just
But it's
said,
been translated to English.
Right, but you just said that these words here.
I go off the original
They're,
text.
Hold on, quick. Let me ask you one question. I got it. Let me ask you. Okay. So we saying, let me just make sure I get what you're saying. We're saying, images in the building. We're saying that basically that this book cannot be real because there's so many versions. That's what you're saying?
I mean,
Yes or no?
Can I actually
that what
bring
you're
out
saying?
some real
original
facts?
text.
No, I'm saying.
The original text is what I
So,
want to deal with.
all right. So just
That
tell
I
me
can't
about
read.
what you're saying. Don't go down the street. Just tell me what are you saying so I can rebuttal.
It does not make sense
Okay.
to listen to the 8, 9, 10, however many versions of this here Bible that have been translated based off of a text that many of us cannot even read today. Go to the source, read the source.
But if the source was translated and then
word
the
for
word for word, but words mean different things. This is what he
is
was
what
meaning.
he just said.
That's
So
why,
then-
that's why the Bible do not have an expiration date on it. The Bible never say these words as is. You supposed to have a Bible, then you supposed to have a Bible study. Real talk.
We go off the original
Pastors,
text.
pastors have Bibles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they have like a translation of the Bibles. Like money don't necessarily say money in the Bible. It's
don't.
something as simple as that. Enslave does not mean as what we think it means. Tallies doesn't mean I'm tallying up something in there.
Right,
A talent
days
doesn't mean
and
anything.
years.
Exactly. So if we understand, if I go back to the 40s, certain terminologies does not mean the same as today. Those are
I just think
facts.
that's a very quick way for us to get caught up in.
I
It just
think
keeps us so divided
I think that young people
because you have.
I think that young people have found a way to like check off ways of feeling confident of doing their wrong
Exactly.
by going against something else. And I think
But
just
it's
saying
not just young people; it's old people too.
I think I'm seeing it more with young people saying what you just said, because we believe a lot of other stuff. The history books have been translated. History itself
But
has
when
been
you
translated.
See texts that have lied to us
Actually,
in the past, it's easier for you to believe that.
nationalities have been distorted and switched names. We have changed names and mushed different words.
Latin's
countries,
not a
states.
language no more.
We've
Yeah.
been lied to in so many texts.
So why
that I do
stop
get it.
at the Bible? How
But
can
that
we
was the
say just
beginning.
that?
That was the beginning.
You know what I'm
of
saying?
it.
How can we just say just that is false?
I'm not saying just that. A lot of
So
it is
your whole
lies.
believing, like your whole
Yeah,
like,
you really just have to seek truth, and that's why when people be like,
What-
"Well," like even with my family, like my mother's side of the family is very like church, God, and all that, and it's like cool. That's what, but like I just said earlier, Jesus wasn't a Christian,
Thank
you
you.
know what I mean?
I'm not a Christian.
so
it's truth. That's a great fact.
nobody wants to hear that. But it's like
Christians
you have. To me, Jesus had to be the coolest dude on the planet. Like
I'm
you're chilling
upset with church
hoes,
people. Church people are at fault.
and they're upset.
And we talk within my church. My church, I don't go to church as much, but we do have a lot of conversations that I do love. And I feel like it's because of my pastor now realized I have two pastors. I always talk about them. But one of my younger pastors realized that there's a lot of things that he was taught that's wrong.
How young?
When I mean young as a pastor is right
old is he?
right under 40. So he's like,
Okay.
he's right under 50. So he's like 48.
Okay.
So what I say this to say is there's a lot of things in church that was done wrong. They thought doing what Master did to them is the way to get people to believe in God and Jesus.
Just like your parents thought. That's how I was raised. And it's
Just say
like,
the
when
same
do
thing,
we
and
draw
that's
the
another
line
thing.
and move
We say the
forward?
same thing, and that's one thing that was going on in church. We do what masters them did to us and drill it in your head and think you get it because we missed the point
But we're
of the
still
overall
so
work.
mad at white people.
As we should
But
be.
it's like, but
See what I'm saying?
why are we
It-
following
it's-
in their footsteps?
it's-
Like, some shit has to change.
It's what you just did. Instead of attacking one problem, you made one problem 80 problems, and then you back at square one,
Yeah.
confused, and
Instead
you don't
of
have
tackling
anything.
the system.
Yeah, right now, the closest system and the most realistic system is church. Focus on your church first, so you can get your backing behind you. Church needs to change. Church need to change. Saints coming in different shapes and sizes.
Church don't even speak
They
about
always
spiritism. They don't speak about church. A lot of pastors don't go on with the Bible. They don't even speak the
That is
actual
true.
words. They
Well, I
paraphrase.
mean, it's easy to just take a little script, a little piece of, because it's all faith in there. Oh, hanging. All a bunch of the Psalms are is just the cat poster. Like, oh, hang in there. Oh, keep faith. Oh, he's gonna bless you. Like,
So let me ask you: would you ever get the this new tattoo they're supposed to be giving everybody for your vaccines and whatnot?
Hey, before Kid Money, go in, I gotta send a shout out to Modest Lavana, shout out to Modest
Well-
Cosmetics, and please continue to turn into my dysfunctional family, man. We live right now. Modest Lavana, shout out to Modest Lavana Cosmetics right now. She's celebrating her lunch, and I hope she's having a good time. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies that tuned in. We got kids also in the building. Cool TV is the home where you can be heard, seen, and supported. My bad. Back to you, kid.
Oh, what was I saying?
Sorry, that tattoo.
Oh yeah, the
I
new
got you,
tattoo
brother.
that they got that's coming out right now. The tattoo with the Lucifers in it.
damn, I'm so quick. I didn't know that I'd be here for the.
Yeah,
Mark
this
of
is.
the Beast. I knew
But
that
how
it
do
would
you
be
know
like-
about this Mark of the Beast?
I just heard about it.
How'd you hear about this thing? It only one book that has it.
Like 15 years ago.
But see, this book is a guidebook.
Amen.
So it's a guidebook. After all these years, this book has the same text, and yet you say Mark of the Beast, right?
I heard this from a lady. Was
I'm only speaking like this because that's how I be talking to the people that be on the street. Like,
No, you need to learn to go hard here,
But-
man.
This young
We go
African
hard
girl
on
was
Earth.
telling me about it.
but the
yeah,
thing
I'm
is,
sure.
if you know about the Mark of the Beast and everybody else who isn't Christians or none of that, they keep calling it Mark of the Beast. Why? Why are y'all going off of a book that's not real? Why are y'all not getting something that's
Why do we
something
count
warned
the
you?
years?
Well, that's the thing, I don't-
Why do we count the years for?
although
Which
it's
is
not
crazy.
up to me, I am not here to say whether the book is real or not. What I know is the original Bible cannot be, if it's so great. I put it this way: you don't hear about the so and so version of the Quran, or the this, that, of the Quran. Like the Quran is the Quran is the Quran.
Because when you're in the faith and when you not the faith, when you're in the book and you know about the book and you know what the Quran was based off of and who wrote
That's the
that.
thing. How would you and why would you know that? And then what about people who are never ever?
Because in the Bible it tells you already. It's basically like a guy who already knows the Bible is like a dude who knows he's about to die. He warns you already. This nigga's gonna kill me. Watch out for him. That's what the Bible actually says. So when you hear the word like Quran, the Bible speaks about books, other books, and other people who are gonna do what we do.
So you think the Bible was out first?
It was.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quran was out first?
Actually, the book of Revelation was actually illegal to read. You would be killed. Back then, the book of Revelation. See, the way that you're thinking like it's just this one book, it wasn't like that. It was scripts. So they read off of it, and it was pretty much their history and a guide. It was a big guide. That's all the Bible was, just a big guide.
That long,
So when
That's
there's
scary to me.
right? It's really not that long when you think about how long man has been here.
That's like two people ago.
So they say.
but see when you hear stuff like there's life in the blood,
And
We
before
probably was here
Christ-
longer.
what do y'all think that come from? Life in the blood. Well, science has actually found out there actually is life in the blood. That comes from the Bible. So when y'all say, but I thought these were primitive people. How do they know this?
I mean, I don't believe that at all.
Okay, then you got stuff like the pyramids. Primitive people again, right?
Exactly.
but it
Absolutely
aligned
not.
with the stars, the Osiris stars and everything.
Right.
If everything is so primitive and out of date, why
I
is
don't buy
everything named
that.
after everything?
That doesn't make any sense.
What?
Primitive people.
Why is it 2020? Where are we counting?
Yeah, we were supposed to be flying by now. I don't think
No, I'm saying
that,
where
oh,
are we?
before Christ, right?
Oh,
in
and I'm saying,
AD.
where are we counting forward then?
Yeah, I don't believe that
Believer.
at all.
Jesus
But
is
then
real.
again,
He's coming
that just
back for
goes
our
to show,
sins.
like UFO sightings, all this stuff. It's like we've been lied to for so long that nobody knows. People are tired now.
You have to start targeting the people that you notice that are lying to you. You have to start saying to yourself,
but you have
okay,
to identify them first.
I have. And the book has too.
I'm saying, but all these other people
See-
that are just being told lies.
See, the book talks about different symbols not to use and watch out for people who use symbols.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have those people who use all these Masonic symbols, the book actually speaks on that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't follow those who do that, right? It's nothing but a guidebook. It's nothing but a history book. And the reason why I know it's a history book because everybody in the book is real. They thought that it wasn't. There's a guy named Nebuchadnezzar or whatever. He was a real person. He's in the book. There's a guy named Nimrod. He's in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, Nimrod, I've always talked about this dude because he's the most influential person in the world. In the world. There was something called a one world government that y'all trying to get to now. The first one world government was the government of Nimrod. That's when you hear the word Tower of Babel or Tower of Babel. That tower was one world government. Everybody
long
was
did
in
that
it.
He's trying to build in.
Then they,
Before,
then supposedly
Rome fell.
before. Ooh,
Hi. How are you, darling?
You want to see a fade?
I mean, well, it's here in spirit. Hey. Okay. It's chilly. It's all good out. We'll be out
Nichos.
in a moment.
All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna go out and support my wife at work, man, and I'm glad we all here. She has to tinkle. Kid, you wanna go ahead and take us away, man? Shout out to Kid, man.
He already did take us away.
Shout
We're
out to
on
Kid, man. You
Mars.
wanna go ahead and
Take us back home.
look at that.
Take me home.
I do want to remind everybody that I made a post about. I
What
don't
did
even
you
need
say
y'all.
now?
I don't even need y'all to even go look at it. Just go look up something for yourself.
Okay.
Donald Trump, they had this thing where they were telling him, hey, there's this people called Q, and they keep talking about you. And Trump, they asked him, are you trying to save the world from Satanists? And he admitted to it. Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I be wondering, where do y'all get the word Satan from? That book.
Church.
So you know there's an organization or people who have a belief against God called Satanists.
Yeah.
So those are your presidents.
That makes sense. And the
That makes a lot of
Epstein
sense.
and all the horrible things they do to children.
The powerful
and-
people.
And that's why Trump is going to get killed. If he don't get killed, he's going to get put out of office. One thing you
At
can't
the
do.
very least, the hell, I think that Putin got somebody on his head. I don't. I'm so tired of people giving Trump the credit. Like, this man is not that
Oh
smart.
no, I don't give him no
Not
credit.
even a little bit.
He's a bad
like,
dude
he's
too.
Doing. No, I don't mean credit like good or bad. I mean like even the bad. Like, oh, he's gonna run this country in the ground, and he's like, there's so many hands up his back. And I'm not saying, oh, he's not that bad. Like, no, I'm just saying
He's going
not
off
nearly
script.
as smart. Exactly. He didn't even want to be here. He thought he was, signing up for extracurricular activity in school or something. And oh, I'm president. Hey.
All right, guys. I'm
Okay,
gonna
bye.
end it on this right here. We got Hop and Go Tours. Hop and Go Tours. We got different books in this little bag. Being a mom. This would be good for Kat. Being a mom.
Let's see what they talk
You know what I mean? We got a brochure. You know what I mean? Basically showing you guys about the tours, man. Hop and Go is a great company. If you want to come down to Atlanta, see Atlanta, or even if you're in Atlanta and want to see some things that you never got to see, please sign up. Everything launch next week on Hop and Go Tours. www.hopandgo. ATL, you can do it today as soon as possible. Y'all already know what it is, man. Shout out to Cool TV. Shout out to Bald Headed Cat. Shout out to Conspiracy Kid Money.
Yeah.
And we lit. And I'm about to get to this part and support my wife, man, Modest, Lavonna Cosmetics. I'm so proud of her. Proud of all the women, even Bald Head here. When you see a dream, go and achieve it.
Touch my
Be
hand.
inspired or inspired others. Y'all know what it is, man. DG, Cool TV, Dope Nation. We out! Sorry, guys. I just wanted to stream it in. We out!
being mommy. Why she gotta be vacuuming? That don't